Joey got the popcorn ready. Alex got the notes in hand. Tim's got puns that fly like confetti. They're your go-to movie band. Video game movie club. Laughing till the credits roll. Joey Alex, Tim will dub. See through you lose control.
Hello, welcome back to Cutscenes. It's a great jingle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Thanks for your enthusiasm, boys. I am your host this time, Joey, and I am joined by my regular co-hosts, the wonderful Tim.
Hello.
And the fabulous moolah that is Alex.
What did you call me?
The fabulous moolah.
How dare you?
You know who that is, don't you?
Not a clue.
Search in Google. Just do it while we speak.
The fabulous
Moolah. Moolah. What do you think of the nickname, Alex?
I'm glad to know that I'm a female wrestler from what looks to be the 60s.
I think it's earlier than the 60s. She is in her 90s now, I believe. Or dead. One of the two.
No, she's dead. She's been dead for 18 years, Joey.
There you go. Right, Tim, stony-faced as ever while I talked about the fabulous Moolah with Alex. Before we get into our episode, how are we doing, gents?
Yeah,
How are we feeling? Pumped, hyped, ready?
I feel the need for speed.
Have you got to go fast?
Got to go fast.
Alex?
I'm just feeling a bit blue.
Ah, well done, guys. Thank you. That was excellent. We are, of course, talking about the 2020 release of Sonic the Hedgehog. It is based on the Sonic the Hedgehog movie game franchise by Sega. It stars Ben Schwartz as the voice of Sonic, who we love, James Marsden as Tom Wachowski, Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, and Tiga Sumpter as Maddie Wachowski. There is another person here, Lee Majdoub as Agent Stone, but I don't actually remember who Agent Stone was in the film.
He was
Robotnik's
assistant.
Suck
up. Got you. Okay, cool. The film was directed by Jeff Howler and was released on Valentine's Day 2020. Now, you're both men in committed relationships. How would your other half feel if you took them on a Valentine's date to go and see Sonic on opening night?
Yeah, prickly situation.
Yeah. Is that because of the hedgehog, or is that a serious comment?
A little from column A, a little from column B.
Okay, Alex, your other half.
We've been to see all three of the Sonic films in cinema, so I don't think she'd be too disappointed in that.
Okay, cool. The film itself had an $85 to $90 million budget, and in box office it made $319 million.
How much of the budget do you think went to redoing the Sonic CG?
I'm sure we'll come back to that. So, gentlemen, I'll spoil the story. So I mean, spoilers for Sonic the Hedgehog, if that really bothers you, coming up. But I'm going to start. Alex, what were your thoughts on this film?
I really enjoyed this film. It's general rule of thumb is video game movies generated from video games, especially nostalgic ones for us, aren't always treated properly. It feels like the people writing them and directing them have never seen the franchise before. This was
Bob
very
Hoskins Mario comes to mind.
How dare
exactly,
you?
Yeah. No, but like think about Prince of Persia was quite a nostalgic game for me, at least. I don't know about you two. Did you see the Jake Gyllenhaal version? It was crap.
We have, so I've seen that, but we also planned on having a Prince of Persia episode that never made it to recording because
the dead episode.
Because have you played the PC port of Prince of Persia?
No.
My goodness, it is not good.
It does not port well. I played it in full on the Steam Deck, and I was as soon as I was done, I was like, right, I'd install immediately.
Sorry, Alex, carry on.
Yeah, but my point there was generally, and I think it's part of the reason we started this series, is generally movies developed from video games tend to be a bit on the iffy side, but this feels like, again, we'll ignore the original design for Sonic. We'll talk
come on
about
to
that.
it.
I love the original.
It feels like they actually paid attention and tried to make something that Sonic fans were going to like without watering it down to the point that it wasn't a Sonic movie anymore. I feel very similar in that regard to Detective Pikachu as well. We seem to be in a decent timeline for game movies at the moment. How long it'll last, I don't know. I think Ben Schwartz's Sonic was a brilliant
when does
bit
the
of
Minecraft
casting.
movie come out?
The Minecraft movie comes
April.
out this year and sets to be a fucking disaster.
Of course, I'm
Sorry,
going to
you
see
were,
it.
you were praising Ben Schwartz.
Ben Schwartz's Sonic was excellent casting. Jim Carrey as Robotnik might be the finest bit of casting I've ever seen, because it was just incredible watching him work, and I have a very strong suspicion that about 50% of it was just Jim Carrey on the spot being an absolute lunatic.
I've seen interviews on press rackets for the Sonic films where they've just said, yeah, Jim Carrey just basically improvises like a pretty good portion of his role as Robotnik.
He was probably given the lines, and that was it.
Fine by me.
No physical direction, because some of the dances that he does, crazy.
Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. It's a fun, dumb movie, and yeah, Jim Carrey absolutely steals the show. But Ben Schwartz as Sonic is a really good casting choice. The other guy, whose name I can't remember, or the character's name,
Tom Wachowski.
Thank
James
you.
Marsden.
Thank you. I watched this film about 3 or 4 hours ago, and I've forgotten. But yeah, solid casting choice, pretty solidly written. It's clearly a kids movie. It clearly is, but they have fun with it. Like it's entertaining enough that someone who isn't really a particular fan of the Sonic franchise to begin with could probably still go in and have a good time.
Fair enough. Is this the first time you'd watched it, Tim?
No, like third or fourth.
Okay, cool.
Big
This
fan.
was the first time I watched it, and I did not enjoy it at all. I thought
No.
it was bad. I think it had its moments that were fine. I agree about Ben Schwartz. I think he's a great. I mean, I like Ben Schwartz anyway. I have a real bias towards him being wonderful. Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. I just saw The Grinch. All it was the Grinch to me the whole time. Everything he did, I went, "Oh, he does that in The Grinch." So he's okay, but I had to watch this twice because I fell asleep halfway through it in the chair I'm sat in, and it was not a comfy sleep. So I resented having to watch the second half again because I had a sore neck afterwards. I found it to be really bland. The whole way through was bland. It was like a digested biscuit of a movie. Put that on the trailer. Right. So let's talk about the synopsis. So the film itself. If you don't know by now, Sonic is a blue anthropomorphic hedgehog with super speed. We find out that he's protected by an owl. Is that canon?
I've never heard of that before in this movie.
I've also never heard of it.
He's being hunted by things.
The echidnas.
Are they in the games?
Yes, they are. Knuckles
Yes,
is an
that's
echidna.
Knuckles.
That one is actually correct.
But they are hunting Sonic and an owl, which appears to be like Sonic's mum, which I have questions about. Basically sacrifices her life so that Sonic can go to Green Hills, which I did enjoy the small town being called Green Hills. I thought that was a fun little nod. And Sonic can run around and be quick. And Alex, you raised your hand.
Longtooth or whatever she's called, the owl.
Yeah.
Why? So
Owls don't have teeth, by the way.
well, no, I think she might be called Longbeak, but
Okay.
she throws one of the magic rings for Sonic to teleport to Green Hill Zone.
Yeah.
Why didn't she just go through with him?
Because she knew
She'd have been safe.
She knew that Ben Schwartz was going to voice him, and that's
She doesn't like John Ralphio in Parks and Rec.
I agree to Alex. Sorry, I forgot which one was which. Then, I agree completely. I did think it was a bit strange, and also Sonic's huge aversion to just protecting himself because he didn't want to go to where the mushrooms are because he doesn't like mushrooms. Is that canon?
Well, I wondered if this is a bit of a dig at Mario because obviously the Sonic
I
series
think
started
it
out
is.
it started out as a direct competitor to the Mario series.
Okay.
So I wondered if that was a bit of a jab.
I think it was a very intentional, very obvious jab for people like me and you, our generation of gamers.
Don't
Well,
phrase it like that. I feel old.
I missed it because you guys are 12 years older than me, so
Yeah.
I missed it. But yes, he's in Green Hills, and after accidentally creating a massive energy surge that wipes out the power for the whole of the world.
Eastern
The
Seaboard.
Pacific North. I think it gets specified that it's the entirety of the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. So he sparks that because he wants to play baseball, and he keeps running the bases, and it somehow knocks all the electricity out. The US government hire Dr. Robotnik to track him down, and Jim Carrey comes with his army of robots and belittles a general in front of his people. And Sonic teams up with Tom Wachowski, who is a sheriff who's going to move to San Francisco or Diego, one of the
San
two.
Francisco.
San Francisco.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course, because they go to the pyramid building.
Yeah.
He accidentally drops all of his rings through a ring in San Francisco while evading bad guys. I promise I've watched this film,
No. So
but
when he's on the run, he goes and hides in the sheriff's shed, and the sheriff is like, "There's something in the shed," so he goes and gets a trank gun, shoots Sonic in the leg, and as he's passing out, he drops the rings through one of the rings.
yeah, I mean,
Canon, by the way.
yeah, is it really?
No, it's called like the ring. The rings teleporting you is canon, but that's about it.
Okay, got you. But Dr. Robotnik becomes absolutely obsessed with getting Sonic and hires all of the drone and laser technology in the world to attack him. It leads to a showdown in San Francisco and then back to Green Hills, where Sonic eventually throws Dr. Robotnik through a ring, who ends up in the Mushroom Kingdom. The end.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything there, gents?
It's about it.
Mm.
It's not a
I mean,
complicated movie by any stretch.
There's the entire road trip to San Francisco from Green Hill.
But it feels like
Where-
that takes maybe 5 minutes.
I think it's a bit longer than that, but you're not wrong.
I also didn't like Tom's sister-in-law, who was just a sassy lady who thinks he's a dickhead. Like,
I mean, to be fair, he is all over the news, and the news are being like, "This man is a terrorist."
yeah, but she gets very easily tied to a chair, and then they steal her van, and that was about her involvement. But she just spends the whole time. Her character persona is, "I don't like your husband, and I'll let you know it."
What a character arc.
She does have a bit more in the second film.
Does she?
I've
Yeah.
not seen the second or third
Oh.
movies.
Maybe I really won't watch the second movie then, because I didn't like her. I did see the post-credit sequence where we meet Tails, though.
Yeah, that was neat.
Yeah.
That was fine. Let's talk about what we all want to talk about. The original trailer for this movie dropped, and the character design of Sonic caused outrage on the internet, mainly by Alex. Tim loved it.
I have a framed picture of it.
Tim, tell me what's wrong with it.
No, it's perfect.
Okay, sorry. Tell me what they downgraded for the theatrical release.
They made him less of a weird gremlin man. If you somehow haven't seen the original 2020 Sonic design from the movie, do yourself a favor and look it up and tell me it wouldn't be peak fiction if that stayed.
So it's sort of the version we got. Sonic's head is about about a third eyeballs and a third sort of mouth and snout area, and then
You
a bit
mean
of forehead.
like in the games.
Yeah, like it
Yeah.
follows the convention, like the typical design conventions of something being cute.
The original design was closer to like early Planet of the Apes costume design. It was like it clearly looked like it was designed to be a man in a hedgehog costume.
Even down to its horrific teeth.
It had really bizarrely human teeth. I
But
love it.
I think it was a far more realistic version of a hedgehog's face, and it doesn't work. Like Tim, I know that you love it, and it's stupid, but you
It's
love it
so
because
ugly.
it's
I love
stupid.
it.
I also think that the body proportions were really different. It had little legs like a hedgehog, didn't it?
It had little legs like a hedgehog, but then long arms like something like a Steamboat Willie. It's really bizarre.
Like weirdly
But
bulbous shoulders.
like the design was so ugly. Like I don't mean horrifically ugly. I've never seen a production company get cyberbullied into changing a design before.
But they did, and they released this, and the outrage was so much that they were like, right, we're going to push the release date back so that we can redo this whole thing. Alex has posted a side by side of the old and the new Sonic, and oh my god.
I'm not entirely unconvinced, by the way, that wasn't done intentionally for marketing.
Well,
Like,
I have seen that theory.
yeah, like just it would be way cheaper. Just like, guys, wouldn't it be really funny if we did like an intentionally bad design for like a shot in the trailer and just watch the internet lose its mind?
Can I suggest, or ask Tim, Alex, if they released this film again in cinema with the original design, would you go? It's never going to DVD.
I would be at the midnight screening.
Alex?
Yeah, I genuinely think I'd go see it.
There you go. There's an idea for you. Paramount. Released with the original design.
I keep looking at his little eyes and human teeth.
It'd be like remember during Podmas when we did D-Makes, Joey?
Yeah, it
It'd
looks like a
just be that,
D-Make.
but it'd be a D-Make movie. It'd be great.
And question that I didn't plan on asking you, but will. If they did release with the original design and Ben Schwartz was not Sonic, who would be your voice of Sonic?
Nick Offerman.
Okay. Are you just going Parks and Rec?
Yeah, I'm just thinking Parks and Rec at this point.
Cool.
It's like, I don't think you heard me. I want all your chili dogs.
Alex?
I don't know. You'd need someone like what's his name? Who did the parrot in Aladdin? Why is Jeff Goldblum?
No, that was Gilbert Godfrey.
That's it. Yeah, sorry.
Jeff Goldblum. What if they got Sam Elliott to play Sonic the Hedgehog?
I was thinking Christopher Walken. Meow.
Meow.
I'm walking.
Your father stuck a ring up his ass.
Right, so let's get back on track. The ending of this film.
Yep.
I hated it. They adopted him and made him live in the attic. But like
which makes the original design even funnier if you picture it with that. They've got this weird little blue gremlin man who can run fast living in the loft.
Wow, an attic for me?
Given the voice of Christopher Walken, it was sad.
You want to put me in the attic?
I have been confined to the attic.
I don't like it. There's a beanbag.
Oh god.
That is more fun than I thought it was going to be.
I just like when they did it, I thought they were going upstairs to show him a spare room that he has. It was very obvious they were going to adopt him because he has no parent figure. He yearned the whole film to have friends or family. He made a bucket list, and one of his bucket list items was make a true friend. What a loser. And they took him upstairs, and
Fucking
the
alien
reveal,
loser.
the reveal to this was they pulled the ladder down to the loft, which makes me think they're not going to have that ladder down all the time, so they're going to lock him in the attic. And they took him up to the attic, and then he went, "This is my bedroom in the attic," and that was it. And he was just happy living in their attic.
I mean, it's better than a cave.
I
Really?
don't
Well,
think it
no,
is. He has freedom to leave the cave.
I really like that he said sort of like, "Wow, how did you get it all here?" And it's like, dude, they have a car.
They have a pickup truck. It's designed to do this.
You know those things that you've been blowing up for the entirety of this movie? They've got one. Well, they had one because they blew it up in the fucking movie.
Yeah, they cut the top of it and turned it into a convertible.
What I will say, and I know I've ragged on Jim Carrey's performance, saying it is the Grinch. I still believe it is the Grinch. However, the scene at the end where he is in the Mushroom Kingdom and he has the full-on Robotnik mental mustache, and he's like, "A lesser man would be dead within 6 weeks. Me, I'll be back in Earth within 3 months," or whatever.
I'll be back in time for Christmas.
I'll be back in time for Christmas. That was great. And then he walked off, and it really showed like an unhinged side of Dr. Robotnik, which I was expecting throughout the whole film. Whereas what I got was dancing and what I think was the Sonic equivalent of Peaches, 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 in the van when he was being a weirdo.
I really liked. I don't know if Robotnik has a history with puns, but when he's just like, "Agent Stone, what are your thoughts?" and it's just a face carved in a rock, and he throws it away and he goes, "Go do some reconnaissance." What a line!
If I had to ask you what your favourite part of this film was, what would you say?
Probably that scene that got memed the shit out of, where Jim Carrey is belittling that general.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Just that "are you in charge here" scene. Probably that.
Okay, so like nothing to do with Sonic.
I quite
Not in
liked
this
the bar fight scene when time slows down. It's just him messing with everyone. That was pretty good. You know, but pulling someone's underwear out the back of their trousers and then hanging it off a bullhead or whatever it was, and taping people up. That was good time.
I've heard that this, and Alex, you'll be the only one who can answer this because Tim and I haven't seen the other two. I've heard from a reliable source whose podcast rhymes with Smoking Jack, Talking Smack.
Oh,
Listen to
Balking
Talking
Tack.
Smack. Balking Tack, yeah. Listen to Talking Smack. I've heard from
Balking
Josh
Tack.
that these shut up. These movies get better as they go.
Yes,
Each one is better than the last. Is that true?
Yeah, I would say so, and it was something I wanted to point out when you mentioned about Robotnik at the end being unhinged was the right kind of character design. That is him in the next two.
Okay.
They obviously, I think they wanted to, at the start of this, I think, show him off as, yes, he's a bit kooky, but he's still a member of the military. He's still this fearsome power. And then they sort of just tore him right down and made him insane instead. And yeah, he gets more mental as the movies go on.
That
See, I would watch that now.
If he is mental, Robotnik, yeah, I would too. Maybe it'll come down the line in a future cutscenes episode.
Does he make a "I'm back in the fucking building again" reference?
Oh, I don't know. I'm
doubt
trying
it.
to I'm trying to think of, because I rewatched Sonic yesterday for this, and I saw Sonic 3 earlier this year whenever it came out, because it came out over Christmas. I think we went to see it in like January. Can't remember how long ago it was I watched Sonic 2, but I don't remember much of Robotnik apart from just being a bit more mental.
Can I say as well, by the way, I was completely blindsided by the actual Sonic reference in this movie.
Yeah, so that was very strange. So there
Like-
is a character who, what do they call him?
Crazy Dave or something like that.
Crazy Bill.
Yeah.
Who says that he's seen the Blue Devil. And what is this Sonic thing?
It's just poorly drawn Sonic. That's all it is.
But he basically draws Sonic to show the other villagers in Green Hills, and it is like a meme Sonic.
Yeah, it's
Reference.
the Sonic picture.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's funny. I was like, oh, okay, sweet. Which kind of leans into my theory of them doing the thing intentionally for the trailer. If they're aware of what the internet's going to do,
I mean, I would hope that they're aware of the internet.
I would hope so too. We are. This was 2020 when this came out.
Yeah. Famously, the internet came out in 1991 after I was born. So this movie, recommend it?
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
Alex?
Yeah.
No. Unfortunately
All right.
not for me. Although that doesn't mean that I won't watch the other two. I've heard that they get better, so I might give them a chance.
Well, they have Keanu Reeves playing Shadow the Hedgehog, which is really funny to me.
It just seems like Meme the movie.
Yeah.
Oh well, I can
And
see why
Idris
Tim
Elba as
enjoys it.
Knuckles.
Okay. Well,
Colleen O'Shaughnessy.
I was going to say I'm not even going to
Tim.
try to pronounce that last name.
guys, Tim, you're half Irish.
Yeah, but Google also cut off half the word.
Oh, okay.
It's not my fault.
I don't believe you.
It's true. I'll send you a screenshot.
Is it
Sorry,
Miss
this
Jonesy?
person, Tim.
Yeah,
Colleen O'Shaughnessy.
that's the one.
Tim, you're half Irish. You should be ashamed of yourself. And on that
But
note,
Google's cut off half
what
the
are we
word.
on that note? No, bad. What are we doing next time on
Lino
Movie Blog?
Sean?
Oh God, I hate you guys so much.
What are we
What are we
doing
doing
next time?
time?
Next time. Oh, next time on cutscenes, it's me. Yeah, I
What?
am reading that right. It's me, and we're doing Assassin's Creed.
What's our next main line? Or next episode, rather, because it's a main line.
The next main line is also me, and it's something we've all been very excited for that we definitely didn't just record. It's Baldur's Gate 3.
Tune in for that.
Woo. Yeah,
Tune in for that very long episode that has still not downloaded from Craig.
Right. Well, on that note, we will play the jingle, get the hell out of here. Let's get to the movies, boys. When the Minecraft movie comes out, are we doing it for cutscenes?
I
we
want to
do it as
watch
a
it. 'Cause
special?
I know
we
it's going to
need
be like
to.
an absolute train wreck.
I think
We
we
do it.
need to.
Do we do it as a special?
You know, it means we've all got to go and pay to see it, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do. Right. See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Joey got the popcorn ready. Alex got the notes in hand. Tim's got puns that fly like confetti. They're your go-to movie band. Video game movie club. Laughing till the credits roll. Joey Alex, Tim will dub. Scenes that make you lose control.
It was. Oh my God. I'll start that sentence again.